What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Talk Punch. That's right, we're still here. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Brody, joined by Tudong Dylan,
Hey, yeah,
and the Green Lantern of this Justice League, Charlie Hickman.
nice. Hey, Nathan Fillion played Green Lantern in Justice League, but animated version.
Yeah, I'll take that version over the Ryan Reynolds. So
Yeah. All right, well, while you're here, we'd love to interact with you. So comment down below. Just please be nice about it. Like our friend Kaya K. What's up, Kaya? Shout out. Also, whether you're watching us on
Hey,
YouTube
Kaya.
or listening in on the audio version, wherever you get your podcast, make sure you go ahead and hit the thumbs up, hit the star ratings. Those things actually help us. And then make sure that you subscribe, or else Dylan's going to come to your house and he's going to take out all those batteries out of your room. You're going to try to turn on your TV, try to watch something on that streaming service that you pay so much for, and you're not going to be able to do it.
Mhm.
Batteries.
Can't be done.
Horrible. Horrible.
Terrible thing.
Dylan.
enough.
Terrible.
So make sure you
Too far.
Turn the
subscribe.
tide.
That way, you can easily come back here every Wednesday to hang out with us and see what we're talking about, kind of like this week's topic. Folks, we got another mailbag episode. We're just going to be having some fun. It's going to be kind of open. We got questions and answers. Charlie,
and make
tell
sure
us
if
about
you
this.
guys. All right, so this is we've done this once before, and we've opened up the Talk Punch Gmail account. So we got some more emails pouring in from viewers like yourself, and then, we got some celebrities writing in, some directors, some actors. So we got a nice smorgasbord of emails to present to you. You guys have questions. Hopefully, we've got answers. Make sure if you guys have a question for us, hit us up at talktalkpunch@gmail.com. Link in the description, and we will be happy to put your question on the next mailbag episode. What do you say we get started, boys? Does that sound acceptable?
I can't
Excellent.
wait. I love these episodes. Last one was so much
Yeah.
fun.
Okay.
Mhm.
Our first email comes to us from George Lucas at gmx.com. So George Lucas writing to us, asking, and he said, and I'm gonna do a banal George Lucas impression.
Okay.
Where it's like, I'm George Lucas. He said, hey, you guys like to talk about Star Wars quite a bit. I
Yeah.
was wondering if maybe you guys could explore something you've mentioned on the podcast before, when you talked about how awkward it would be if Darth Vader suddenly turned good and had lived. And he's like, hey, sorry I killed all those younglings, murdered all the children, the Jedi, but now I'm kind of a nice guy, and you guys want to party with these Ewoks or what? So George wants to know if we can think of some other villains, famous villains, where it would be super awkward if at the end of the movie they were just like, hey, I'm a good guy now.
Man. Dylan, you're going to have to go first. I need a moment to think about it.
Well, first off, I think General Zod in Superman 2, that would be awkward. Kneel before Zod, and then he's like, hey, you don't have to kneel before me. That doesn't sound nearly as good. It makes no sense, none whatsoever. It would be exceedingly awkward in Who Framed Roger Rabbit if Judge Doom suddenly became a good guy, because I will never forgive him for dipping that poor little shoe. In fact, I can't watch because of that. I think that
Oh, man, that was harsh, man.
yeah, I couldn't. I didn't. But hey, if Jaws decided, you know what, fellas, I'm not gonna eat you. I've changed my mind. I'm gonna help you.
You're reading my mind. I was thinking about Jaws, and he's like, I just want to help the kids swim, man.
I just want to help.
Look,
them.
and
I
at the
can't
end,
help
there's
it.
like children riding on his back, and he's just like out there in the ocean. I'm sorry I ate all those other people.
I'm sorry. I was just doing my job. What could I? I've got terrible eyesight. I need glasses.
And so
Sorry, go ahead, bro.
this is specifically a good guy then reforms at the end. It becomes the bad guy reforms. It becomes a good guy.
Yeah, becomes a good
Yes.
guy. I think if Henry Cavill at the end of Mission Impossible Fallout was like, you know what? I'm sorry I did everything that I did. He's he's charming, but is he that charming? So and then they're like, you know
he
what?
could have been a pretty
We
cool.
forgive you. he was a good guy, but he was a jerk. Hey, you know what? He was one of the best good guys there was
I mean,
as Superman.
the most awkward though would have to be Voldemort.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
just kidding, everybody.
for all the stuff that he's done, for all the people that he's killed, and all the chaos that he's caused,
Yeah.
if Harry beat him in the battle and knocked the wand out of his hand, and he was like, you know,
Whoops.
I think I'm gonna turn another leaf. It would be
Upon
like,
further
wait
reflection.
a second.
I
Wait a
was
second.
just. This was a test, and I was trying to make you stronger.
I was just trying to be a
Surprise.
teacher.
All I wanted to do was teach, and I've made you guys very strong. I was like, wait a minute, what?
So that-
There's a lot of fun ones to think through. I think, like, at the end of a Predator movie, and he's got someone just lined up, and he's like, you know what? I'm tired of all this killing. Why don't we play some cards?
Haven't I got
You know,
enough trophies by now? Do I need another trophy?
he's getting ready to kill someone, and then he's like, oh, my mother's name is Martha, and he's like, Martha.
That's Alien
That's
versus
my
Predator.
Predator's mom's name on Planet Predator. Why don't we have some milk together? I picture Jason Voorhees running through the forest, chasing after you
I was
with
just thinking that.
machete. Pitches up to you, and he's like, I just want someone to play with. This is my voice for some reason.
Jason Voorhees sounds like Mickey Mouse out of nowhere.
That's why they don't let me talk in these movies. I'm not as scary when I talk. Ha ha.
Yeah, I mean, any of those slasher movies. You get Freddy Krueger, you get Leprechaun, you get Mike Myers, and any of them. Freddy Krueger Freddy Krueger would be a pretty bad one.
He would be great especially if he was played by Al Pacino.
And then he just starts going into people's dreams and he's like singing to them. He's like just helping him have nice dreams. It's a Monster Inc. It's a Monster Inc. situation and he's like, these aren't your nightmares, these are your dreams.
He starts singing to them.
And he's like, to call me Freddy Astaire, and he's like dancing and doing the whole dance number with like a coat rack. I can see it. This is controversial. I feel there are a lot of people who are upset at the way that Skywalker ended because they wanted old Kylo Ren to live. But I mean, after blowing up, how many planets do you get to blow up before it's just awkward if you live?
No, I wanted it.
I didn't like the fact that he should have died evil. The fact that I mean, I guess it made sense though. It made sense. I was just like, come on, now you're just suddenly turning good. And how is everybody going to accept you?
It was Kylo Ren that did all that bad stuff. He reformed and became Ben Solo again. Ben Solo could have lived on.
So if Voldemort had just said, "Hey, actually, call me Steve,"
he could have gone by Tom.
Steve.
He could have gone. He was a good guy.
Back to Tom Riddle.
How do you think
Tom Riddle was a bad guy too, though?
He was a terrible
Thomas.
Guy. Thomas. Old Tommy Riddle.
That's a fun one to think about. Let us know if you guys have some villains that you think it would be super awkward if they were suddenly like, you know what? Change our heart. All right. This next one comes to us from Jerry Springer at iCloud.com. He says, a lot of people associate me with the worst TV show of all time. But we all have guilty pleasure TV shows. And he wants to know, what's the worst TV show you've seen the most episodes of?
Oh, that's a good question.
So I have a TV show that I love. Other people may think it's not good. Does that count?
I think you have to acknowledge that it's bad. I think if you think it's good, then you don't think it's bad. Let me give you. You want me to give you an example, bro?
Yeah, I'd like that too.
Okay. I think my answer to this question is Saved by the Bell. That's a bad show, and I've seen I think every episode multiple times from my childhood. I even watched the college years.
Oh.
And I knew it was bad. I'm watching it. I'm like, this is not good, but I'm watching it. I'm doing it. They're playing bad volleyball in a weird random beach fever dream season. I'm watching it. I'm so excited to watch it. So excited. So
for me, it would probably be the show MXC, Most Extreme Olympic, which used
Oh,
to air on the old Spike TV, and it was they took an old Japanese show from the it's like a physical challenge type show and dubbed it over in English and cut it all up. And I still I still think it's really funny. I don't think it's a good show, but it's still so fun. Still really, and I've seen I think all the episodes multiple times.
What about you, D?
wow.
Or are you going to stand by that you only watch quality
He
television?
only watches good
No.
shows.
No, 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 no. I never said that. Jeez, but what I've seen the most of, I mean, Saved by the Bell would really be one that I really, I don't know why I tried to get into, but it was I was like probably in middle school or something, maybe high school, and there was a show, and it was like a rip off of tried to be like a blend between 90210 and Saved by the Bell. It was called California Dreams. And I really tried to get into it. There was a diverse cast and they were teenagers. And I was like, this seems like something I really should like. And I can't for the life of me. I remember watching maybe 5 to 10 episodes and I just can't remember anything about it except for the title and the fact that there was a very diverse cast. I that's probably mine right there. I can't believe I stuck around it for as long as I did. I don't know why I did or felt obligated to. Really, I thought I really should like this for some reason, but I just didn't. I really tried though, longer than I should have. Otherwise, it would probably also be Saved by the Bell because I saw every one of those. Not everyone in the college years though.
Yeah, I watched too much Saved by the Bell. I probably, I didn't watch the reunion show though, so I got that going for me.
Oh,
I almost auditioned for the. I thought about. I got information on how I could go about auditioning for when they were recasting for the new generation. I thought, oh, I could
nice.
maybe I'll go on there and be a sarcastic, Morrissey type, but I did not have the guts or the gumption. But
Ah,
oh, what could have
Dude.
been.
what could have been, man? You
Uh,
could have been our star on Talk Talk
all
Punch.
right. Hey, yeah, we'll have another time. I'll have to tell you about playing bass with Screech Powers. But I digress. Back to the mailbag list.
All right, mailbag.
This
Mailbag.
next one comes from Dan Harmony at csulb.edu. Hey boys, busy over here multitasking, working on so many projects all at once. I know you're excited about this community movie that will be coming
Yeah.
sometime in the next decade. Promise, winky
Oh,
face.
hopefully.
Uh, 6 seasons in the movie, he always says. But anyway, so Danny says, uh, I wish sometimes that I had a Meeseeks box, like that one time I wrote that in that one show, Rick and Morty, that I like. Uh, what would you guys do if you had a Meeseeks box? What would you use it for? And careful not to end the world. Now, Dylan, I'm going to help you out because Dan assumes that we've all watched Rick and Morty enough to understand what a Meeseeks box is. Brody and I have watched it. I know you have not. A Meeseeks is someone who comes into existence specifically to help you perform a task and then disappears. For them to exist is pain. And so you have to come up with like a simple task. Now, in the episode, which is one of the great Rick and Morty episodes with the Meeseeks box, uh, you, there's some some tasks that maybe on their surface seem a little bit harder that are accomplished by the Meeseeks box. And of course, Jerry asks them to get a couple strokes off his golf game, which they cannot do, and then they decide that they're going to have to murder Jerry to remove all the strokes from his golf game. So think of something that you'd like the Meeseeks to help you with that wouldn't be impossible, or we will take a vote and they will murder you.
I know exactly this answer. I need the Meeseeks to come in to the Talk Talk Punch analytics, fix all my SEO, fix all my metadata, fix all my keywords, try to fall into the algorithm. By golly, it's so hard to get into that doggone algorithm. So I need them to come and just do all that.
Uh,
And while they're there,
bro, they're gonna
they
they're
can
gonna kill
make
you,
my
man.
they can make my thumbnails.
The thumbnails for sure. I don't know if you're asking the Meeseeks to get you into an algorithm. That just sounds like the kind of thing where they're going to be making more and more Meeseeks, and then they're going to come hunt you down. But
Huh.
No, it's just using the right keywords. Hard. All the background stuff that these guys down here don't have to deal with. I gotta
Yay!
do.
Um, this is an easy one for me
Okay.
because I, well, maybe not easy. I have a garage. I know I'm not alone in having a garage, but my garage is a black hole of it sucks stuff into it, and then that stuff just stays, and then more stuff gets sucked in, and then you get rid of stuff and you think I cleaned it, but no, because more stuff is there suddenly and randomly and from relatives that you didn't know you had. All of a sudden there's your there's stuff from people that don't exist on this planet anymore just filling up your garage. It's just a black hole. It's a sinkhole. That garage has been cleaned so many times it will never be clean again, and I've quit. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. I look at that garage and I've got PTSD. I cannot set foot into it and think about cleaning it. The thought of cleaning it gives me the tremendous anxiety because I know the second it's clean, it's not clean anymore. And I don't know how. I don't know why. It's not my fault. Can't do it. Can't control it. Can't stop it.
Oh
It is
man.
an impossible force. Brody,
How
you've
how
cleaned this
many
garage
times?
with me.
I've cleaned the garage before. I've cleaned it. We decorated it. We put up posters. We put up shelves. We had a really
You
nice
guys,
pool table in there, and
Still there, taking up space. Oh my kingdom to get rid of this pool table. I'm gonna take an axe to the pool table. I'm chopping the pool table into little bits. I'm gonna go full Sopranos on it. I'm putting it in a trunk and I'm burying it somewhere deep in the woods. I can't get rid of this pool table. We built storage racks, and somehow there's more stuff in it. It was like we put stuff on the storage racks, and it's like, oh great, now there's room for all this other stuff to come from other corners of the universe. Me six, help me clean my garage.
and you think that getting into the algorithm's an impossible task.
I
You're
know.
a dead
Yeah.
man, Charlie. A
I'm a
dead
dead man.
man.
I'm a dead man. They're gonna burn my house to the ground while I'm sleeping in it and be like, "Ah, garage is empty."
Dylan still has no idea what we're talking about.
I hey, I'll I'll take like a peanut butter sandwich. I don't want to die. I could use a peanut butter sandwich. I'll eat it. It's great. They're done. Boom. You guys both
There you
have
go.
described
Make me a
each
sandwich.
other's. You guys have both
Peanut
described
butter
each
sandwich
other's
would
tasks
kill me anyway. So
as impossible. So I'm gonna go with very possible. They're going to appreciate. They're going to have a vote about like electing me president or something.
now
Yes,
see,
peanut butter
this is
sandwich.
the trap. This is the trap, Dylan, because in the episode there's two seemingly impossible tasks and one seemingly simple one, and it's that simple one that causes the problem. So I guess in this case, they're gonna fix the algorithm. My garage will be
What?
clean, and somehow you're gonna make turning them making you a peanut butter sandwich into a killable offense.
How could I do that though? What I'll be happy with whatever kind of hey, give me
dead,
just 2 pieces of
dead
bread.
Tudong.
I'll supply the bread and the
Chunky?
peanut butter.
What is this?
I'll be like,
Get us out of here.
I have supplied everything for you guys. All you have to do is put it together. I'll do it for you if I have
You gotta watch. It's a great episode, dude. You gotta watch that.
to.
All right. Our next email comes from Chris Pratty at 10minutemail.com. Couldn't spring for one of the big ones. 10 minute. He says,
Spring from one of those
Doc
free
Punch.
emails.
Doc Punch, help! The Mario movie is coming out this year, and I still don't know how to do the Mario voice. Could you read this
Oh.
question in a real Mario voice for me? Chris, we got you covered. Which Mario conspiracy theory is the most likely to be true? Number one, a Princess Peach is Bowser Jr.'s mama. Mamma mia. Number two, a Donkey Kong killed Mario and Luigi's dad. Number three, a Rosalina is Mario and Peach's time-traveling daughter. Oh my. It's a Mia Mario. So to recap,
Rosalina is their time traveling daughter.
so either Princess Peach is really Bowser Jr.'s mom.
I've
so her
heard
and
that one
Bowser.
before.
Donkey Kong murdered Mario and Luigi's father, and that's why there's
I've
tension.
heard that before.
Or
actually.
Rosalina is Mario and Peach's time-traveling daughter coming back from the future to kind of guide them because things have gone awry in the future.
So which one is most likely true?
Yes.
I'm going with
Or
B.
which one would you like to want to be true?
I like the idea that Donkey Kong killed, Luigi and Mario's dad, because of course at the very end, Donkey Kong is going to have to repent and he's going to become a good guy, and that would not be weird at all. It makes sense.
Well, but
He's like Mario,
they've confirmed
Luigi.
that the Donkey Kong from the Donkey Kong games was Cranky Kong, right? Who is now like an old Kong. He wasn't Donkey Kong. He's now Cranky Kong. Donkey
Well,
Kong was.
Cranky Kong. Okay, then Cranky Kong killed Luigi and Mario's
I
dad,
could see
and
that. I
of
could see
course,
that.
yeah. See, that's what I say. And then finally, after a
Yep.
vicious battle, Mario and Luigi. Well, Luigi's kind of down. He's not out, but he's down. And Mario and Cranky Kong are battling it out until finally they come to an understanding, and he apologizes. And he turns into a good guy. It's totally unawkward because he's Cranky Kong, and now he can be Happy Kong.
And
Perfect.
I've read a lot of stuff about the Mario things, Easter eggs. So whether I'm bring that, not a Mario expert. So
Which one do you think?
that could be. I could have just made that up. I have no idea. But
It's
I
a
think
conspiracy theory.
I think it's correct. Is that Cranky Kong was the.
So then, which one is most likely? Which do you think, or which do you
I
most
agree.
like?
I think B. I like that idea that like Mario and Luigi are actually on revenge mission, but then they're kind of friends with Donkey Kong. I will say I don't
Yeah.
like the
Well, yeah.
idea of Peach being Bowser Jr.
Yeah.
Something doesn't feel right about it. I don't like.
Well, I mean,
that
hey,
offends me. I'm offended.
conspiracy theorists will point out that Rosalina, left-handed, similar to Peach, being ambidextrous in all of the sporting games, similar hair, blue eyes, matching her mother, same earlobes attached at the skull. But I mean, if you look at the storybook, at the ending of the first Galaxy game, she seems to be standing in front of a mother who looks an awful lot like Princess Peach. She is a space princess speeding through space, visiting the homeland of her parents every 100 years or something like that. I don't know.
I mean, it makes
Could
sense.
she be the daughter?
I haven't actually seen her. I'm not familiar with that character.
Maybe I'll go with that one. I think that sounds like a neat theory.
I think that would be the most fun to explore. Give me
Yeah,
like
that's true.
she's from the future, a little like Marty McFly from the future coming back, and oh no, there's something wrong with. If I don't go back in time, Bowser Jr. is going to be born from my mom. She also talks like that for some reason. It's a me and Marty. All right. On to the next.
That's a good impression. Better than Chris Pratt.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Sometimes, all right, anyway, we don't need to talk about my Mario impression, which did impress a random stranger at Target one time.
Oh, really?
This next one,
were you just walking around Target talking like Mario?
I'm sorry. Do you not just walk around doing random impressions of different characters when you're at Target?
That's a good
no,
point.
I was doing the impression for my kids because we were looking at Mario toys. So you got to entertain the kids, bro. Come on.
And even if you don't have the kids there, you should just walk around doing impressions. Doesn't matter if they're good or bad. You're not going to see them again.
All right. This is a high concept question that came in. I need you guys to strap on your big think brains.
Okay.
Okay. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. This next email comes to us from James Fingerguns at tutanota.com.
Okay.
A wonderful German email service that for whatever reason he uses. He says, "Hey guys, I just made myself some special tea, and I'm thinking about this DCEU undertaking that I'm doing of uniting all of these heroes and villains into one universe. That got me thinking, what if all movies existed in the same universe?
Oh my
like I could just hit some giant reset button and every movie took place layered in the same universe." And then he asked us to kind of come up with a rough timeline of how the major franchises would fit into his brand new all movies, everything, everywhere, all at once universe. James Fingerguns. So while you guys are thinking about this, I want to pose to you a question.
Okay.
Would you guys? So I mean, look, all the movies, all the big franchises that take place now in like modern times, those are fine. Would Lord of the Rings be something that happened a long time ago, or something that happens a long time from now, or just something that happens on an alternate planet? Would Star Trek be the first movie in the franchise which introduces space travel, which then allows us to visit other universes and other planets? Or do we need something like the MCU coming, where we discover that there are multiple Earths and a multiverse in which random and different planetary things can happen? What comes first? That's the question.
Huh.
You're like hurting my brain right
I think it's interesting because the MCU is set in kind of modern times, but Star Trek is set in the future, whereas Star Wars is set in a galaxy far, far away a long, long time ago.
But a long, long time ago from when? I think
Oh
Star
yeah.
Trek I think Star Trek discovers a planet that's a lot like Earth, where there are wizards and a Hedwigs and a Hogwarts. And
Huh.
those wizards remind us that they're a little similar to some of those Jedi people that happen even further into the future as evolution continues to take hold, and there's less and less wizards, and they turn into Jedis. And what happens to the Federation is it turns into the Intergalactic Senate, which then gives way towards rebellion and like isolation, and then there's desert planets like Dune.
Hmm. Wow.
As the
Yeah.
universe decays in places.
Wow.
So we're saying that all of the question is, what universe do they all converge into?
No, just how would you order? Like all movies exist in the same universe. You can't have a movie without the other movies. So that means if you put them on the same Earth, then Captain America's out there, and then suddenly that like Harry Potter's like, hey, what's up? Do you guys need some help? It's all the same universe. Or you could say multiverse, or you could say different planets, but they all exist interconnected of one another. Not my theory. James Gunn. Fingers. Brody's brain is wrinkled.
Man, you are like you've blown my brain a little bit with this question.
Do you
So
like the idea of multiple? Do you like the idea of like a multiverse better for this format, or do you like the idea of just different planets that happen to exist in one universe? How about we start with that?
let's go planets because that sounds fun.
I like it. I
Hmm.
like it.
Here you go.
That's why, like,
Boom, nailed it. Nailed that answer.
I love that. I love that. And then what you have a planet that has superheroes on it, like the MCU stuff, and then you got Guardians of the Galaxy with their space travel. They're running into Kirk out there in space, but they're just one of many planets.
Well, okay. So then Star Trek is happening at the same time as Star Wars, but they're just different
Mhm.
planets or different planet systems.
It doesn't have to be the same time. It could be a precursor. I like the idea
Oh,
that
right. Yeah, yeah.
that the world kind of evolves into like more of a, instead of just like a human-led federation, that it becomes this intergalactic senate of all these different
Yeah, yeah.
races and species.
That
Of
is
course, then you
cool.
got the evil Palpatine and his ilk mucking up the works.
Yeah, that is pretty cool, actually.
All right. Well, it's just last question. Lord of the Rings, past, future.
Past.
Past, yeah. Past.
Yep, I like it. I like it.
All right,
The
Charlie.
origins of man.
Let's do one more question. I need an easy one. I need one that's not gonna like hurt my brain so much.
All right, last one, I promise. Okay. Uh, this last one comes from us from Lady Gaga at what is it, Juno.com. So
Of course.
she
Nice.
wants to know
Yeah.
if we're excited for her new movie, the Joker musical that's coming out. And she wanted to ask, and I'm not going to do any impressions of Lady Gaga because I can't. She is a queen. She's royalty. She just wants to know if we could put on our poker face and come up with a song that we would like to hear in the Joker musical. And as a follow-up question, what would another franchise that we'd like to see have a musical birthed from it as a sequel?
Any song that we want, or we have to make up a
Any
song?
song that exists. It's got to exist. Or I guess if you want to make up a song right now on the spot, Dylan, that's fine too.
I don't.
Like,
Make up a
if
song,
you'd like to hear,
Tudong.
if you want to hear Catwoman singing something from Cats, I think that's solid. Uh,
So wait,
if you want to,
this isn't for like the sequel to the Joker. That it's
it is. It is. But we don't know who's in it. It could be, you could pick any DC character you want singing any song that exists in the universe.
any song.
So,
Any song.
so we need a song for the new Joker movie, and we
Yes.
also need a franchise that would be.
Yeah, that you just like to see musical for. The Marvel musical, surprisingly fun.
Jaws music.
Be like Rogers.
It's got to be a Jaws music. All right, how about this for a song? You got the Penguin and Batman engaged in combat, and Penguin's got him. He's got like Batman like pinned down, and he's like, "Do you not know? Have you not heard? Everybody knows that the bird is the word." And then he just starts going into a big a bird, and the Penguin does full bird is the word number with dancing around Batman. Come on.
I love that. I love that, and I will not lie. I love it every time that happens in Family Guy. Oh, you haven't heard? I absolutely love that. That's beautiful. You haven't heard? I thought everybody had heard.
Can't think of a good song, then just think of a movie that you like to have a musical.
Besides Jaws.
I think Jaws the musical would be fantastic.
That'd be great. That is my song. I can't sing, obviously.
You have to have someone singing like to the dun dun. Sharks are mean and I'm scared of sharks. I'm scared of sharks. They're going to kill me. I'm going to. Da-da-da.
Beautiful.
And the shark comes out and is, I misunderstood. I just want some good food. I promise to tell you the whole truth.
You know what movie I want as a musical? I want Shoot 'Em Up.
Oh yeah, that
it's already like on that ridiculous kind of level where you could easily throw in songs and it was just like add a whole new level to that movie
of crazy.
Have Clive Owen, Paul Giamatti singing.
I like it. Would you guys be into like a Star Wars musical? It's kind of a space opera.
They did musical numbers. Wasn't that enough of a musical for them? Like, didn't
Are you talking about the Return of the Jedi musical number?
No, I'm talking about the Christmas special musical numbers, plural, multiple ones. And I could have sworn they swore off those. Like, we're not doing those ever again.
We don't count those. We don't talk about the old Star Wars Christmas special. Poor Mark Hamill. Don't do that to him.
I don't think I need a Star Wars.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Simpsons
Star Trek
episode
musical,
where Homer becomes Mark Hamill's bodyguard and he's like singing a little show tune number and dancing on stage? Pretty good.
But I could see a Star Trek musical. Star Trek musical, I'd appreciate that. Either one, Next Generation or Original Cast, that'd be great.
Yeah, like a very monotone, like Spock song about how he doesn't understand feelings. Feelings. I ain't got no feelings, and I'm from New York. Suddenly, I don't know what. I ain't got no feelings at all. Forget about it. I'm a doctor, damn it, Jim. Not a scientist. Yeah, I like it. A love song from some alien lady. I like it. A red shirt ballad. Like a bunch of red shirts singing about all the great things that are about to happen. I'm getting married tomorrow. My child will be born soon. I just put a down payment on a house I can't really afford. Yeah, that'd be good.
I could see that. More than Star Wars.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, on that note, I know our phones are gonna be blowing up with people asking us to write some of these great songs for the Star Trek musical, and hey, we're here for it. So let us know if you guys want us to storyboard that out with some actual music. We will get right on that. And we want to thank everyone for emailing us. If you haven't had a chance to open up your own Mail to World email account, make sure you get on that. It is 100% free and sponsor of Talk Talk Punch Mailbag episode number 2. Make sure you get those emails in, people, and let us know if you have any answers to some of these questions that are more interesting than the ones that we gave, or just different. And we'll see you next time in our mailbag or sleeping bag or wherever you show up.
Show up in sleeping bags.
That says, hey, if you don't like and subscribe, there's Dylan in your sleeping bag. But not in a weird way. He's like, it's rolled up, but he's in the he's like, hello, I'm rolled up in here in someone else's clean garage.
Oh wow.
All right, bye.